So we're now joined by Fort FC Sporting Director and Head Coach Bobby Smyrniotis. We'll start off with Charlie Clark. Go ahead, Charlie.
Bobby, your overall thoughts on that one, and maybe how you were able to kind of pick your moments to attack?
Yeah, I think we had a clear plan. We changed things up a little bit today to find a little bit more dynamic and quick movements in the front, and I think that worked out well for us in the first half, especially in the second half. And it wasn't about picking our moments; it was about finding the right spaces against an opponent that we knew had to come in here, and 3 points was very important to them. And I think the way they set up kind of played into what we wanted to accomplish. To be quite honest, we found a lot of space in those areas with Borges and David, and then Benny kind of roaming free. And after that, to be honest, if you look at after the 90 minutes, you're a little bit disappointed you haven't put the ball in the net a few more times, because we've created some very good opportunities, and just for little things, that last pass or finish wasn't exactly as you hope. But like I've talked about, before this game, including this game, you have 7 games left, and these are playoff games. These are games where 3 points is the most important thing as we keep on moving forward, and we've got the 3 points.
Can you just elaborate on some of what you saw from the changes, especially Benny playing a little bit more centrally and Cisse's role maybe being a little more free?
Yeah, I think and with Benny, if he finds the spaces in the pockets in between places, he can be creative, spin, and he did a great job of moving the ball. I think in certain moments he could have done a better job, and that's something we've already discussed as we're coming off the pitch. And Cisse is an engine. He's a guy that's needed in a game like this. Cavalry a lot of times like to play the ball around their back players quite a bit, to slow the pace down before they can try and get their overloads. And I think we took that away with our shape and a little bit the way we were a little bit higher up on the field with them, and threw them off of their game, and that also limited their opportunities.
Hey Bobby, congratulations on the win, 41 points. How impressed you were with the way we score, especially at the beginning? Yeah, I never see it to score usually at the beginning, especially when we play Cavalry. And how surprised you were at that moment?
Yeah, I'm never surprised with my team. It's an expectation that we have and what they do. And to be honest, goal comes from exactly what we wanted to be done with placing those players on the pitch in those certain zones. With Borges being a little bit more inverted, Benny being able to be creative, a little bit more higher up on the pitch, and playing between the lines. And like I said, the way they were set up allowed us to do that. Although it did, take away certain things of ours and build up the way they were set up, it opened up a lot more things as we moved forward. So yeah, not surprised. Like I said, a little bit disappointed that maybe we don't have a few more goals in the first half and in the second.
You usually make the changes around 65, 71. This time you went a little bit over. It was something to keep the guys up there, or maybe you weren't able, I don't know why you didn't probably put them a little bit before with Hamilton and with Samuelson.
Yeah, for me, to be honest, there's never a plan before the game on, who plays and when I make my changes. If statistics show that I make a lot of them around the 65th minute, then it's circumstance, but it's not something that's planned before the game. I think as coaches, the biggest challenge we have and where we can make our mark in the game is little tactical tweaks, and then understanding the flow of the game. Sometimes you make changes just to make changes, and you can ruin the rhythm of the team. And I thought the rhythm of the team was very good for the most part. Cisse was cramping a little bit there, and that was the decision to make that sub. And the other ones are tactical. So it's never a situation where before the game around 60, let's get this guy in, let's get that guy in, because the game changes multiple ways within it. It's dynamic. Once the referee blows the whistle, there's no timeout. So you've got to think about what's best for the game in that moment.
Bobby, with Borges' brace, he leaves Wolves behind, and now he is Borges' all-time leading goal scorer. So how do you think that will contribute to his confidence and momentum going forward?
Yeah, as long as he keeps on scoring, we're good. That's the most important thing. There's always going to be a top goal scorer at a club. Today it's him, and hope maybe it's him for a long term if he's here, but at some point it'll be somebody else. So for 2024, let's keep Borges putting the ball in the net, and we can keep him up there. That's not a problem.
Coach, I got one more.
Yeah.
We were able to see Castello second time in a row. Is any time he might end up getting at least maybe 5 minutes to come up and probably test the field?
Yeah, this isn't a time period to test. Seba's been excellent in training, so he's doing a great job in the right moments when the game is going to need him, and that may be from the beginning. Last week Matteo Schiavoni's played, his first game as a starter in 70 minutes, been excellent. So, it's like what I tell the players. And those guys who have played here long enough know that you're never going to really know what the lineup is until the day of the game, and you should expect to be playing when you don't think you're playing. That's just how it goes, and if you do that, you're always ready, and that's the way his mentality is. And if that opportunity comes, it's not going to be because, hey, let's get him on the field. It's because he's going to give us a good chance of doing what we need to do on that day.
We got one more too.
Yeah.
Coach, you talked about how these final games of the season are playoff football, and now you're one step closer to not only clinching the playoff spot, but winning the regular season title. So what do you see needing to happen to maintain this lead and close out these last weeks?
Yeah, to your first 2 points, I have no clue what it takes to make the playoffs, and I'm quite literally not interested in how we are one step closer to anything, because this league sends you on a roller coaster. That's for sure. So that thought is in nobody's mind. It's what you have to do today, because that'll dictate where you're going tomorrow. And today we've gotten 3 points, and that allows you to breathe a little bit. That allows me to go to sleep with a little bit more of a clear mind, and plan for the next game, because every game, doesn't matter where you are in this league, you're at the top, you're at the bottom, everybody has a chance of beating anybody on any day. I think sometimes that's the beauty of the league. We expect that we go into games to win, but if you don't go in with a mindset of full respect for this sport and the game, it's a challenge. So we try and stay away from thinking like that, and all we say is each and every week we've put ourselves, I think it's now 2 weeks, 3 weeks at the top. It's about trying to stay there, and you stay there by having more points at the end of the weekend than the opponent, and that's the best thing you can control in a game, and not think too far ahead. And we try and relay that to the staff, or I try and relay that to the staff. That trickles down to the players, and that way we can focus day by day.